Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is dead on arrival this weekend, and not even the Hollywood trades could seem to hide that fact. And coming from Deadline magazine just moments ago, we have some fresh information that, at least on the surface, seems to confirm some of the rumors recently discussed regarding what is going on inside Disney and Lucasfilm and the blame game. Here we go.
Renegade Online.
Well, folks, welcome back. Another great day here at Valiant Renegade. It's good to see everybody out there once again. And if you are like one of the many folks watching this video, not yet subscribed to this channel, take a moment and turn that little red subscribe button to gray. Hit that like button, hit that notification bell, share this sucker out on the social medias, and of course, please do leave a comment before you head out the door today. Let's get right into this. Less than 10 minutes ago, this article just dropped from Deadline magazine and Anthony D'Alessandro, who we frequently cite here Sunday mornings as the weekend box office numbers come in. Indiana Jones and the blasé box office. Why Dial of Destiny at $60 million opening isn't setting records for the franchise finale. Now, one of the things that I should note is that, as you'll see in a moment, they're actually not even expecting this movie to hit the $60 million, thinking it's going to come in possibly underneath at around $58. Even though Disney Lucasfilm's Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is looking to hit the bottom rung of its tracking projection of $60 million Sunday morning, that's for the domestic haul, there's no question this is a disastrous result for the finale to a historically beloved franchise film. One of the reasons why Disney shelled out $4 billion for Lucasfilm. How could they mess this up? It's not often that Anthony D'Alessandro gets frustrated this much in his own articles, but quite frankly, he has every reason to be. The language he's using, I think you need to understand, for reviewing the box office Sunday for a movie of this stature from a company of this reputation, Lucasfilm and Disney, this is pretty harsh. Now, folks, pay careful attention to what I'm about to read. Yesterday, Anthony D'Alessandro, learned from a key source that Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, before a $100 million in estimated prints and ads. Whoa. I know $100 million sounds like a lot of money to those of you out there that don't understand, or maybe you're not as terribly familiar with how this game works in Hollywood with marketing. But a $100 million marketing budget for a movie of this scale is very small in this day and age. Very small. Every single Marvel movie out there has gotten about $150 million in recent years in marketing expenses. And even The Little Mermaid just got about $150 million, even by Deadline's own calculation. Deadline is now saying that the Walt Disney Company apparently cut this budget for marketing significantly down to $100 million. And that seems to play into a rumor that we heard about, that there were perhaps some factions forming and some finger-pointing going on inside Disney and Lucasfilm, with effectively Kathleen Kennedy and Lucasfilm blaming the marketing department, and the marketing department and the studio chairman, Alan Bergman, blaming Kathleen Kennedy. See, if you're going to cut a budget back to $100 million, you have to ask yourself why. Maybe it's because it is actually a bad movie, as we found out when they mistakenly released this and it lifted the embargo at the Cannes Film Festival in France a little over a month ago. And then everybody was able to talk about that film, and that gave Disney over 30 days to decide what to do with the marketing. If the response from that group was going to be bad, and the response from everybody else was going to be bad, why give it a full marketing budget? Why even try? Why throw the money down the drain if your expectations are that this movie is going to flop regardless? This movie cost a mind-boggling $329 million, much higher than the $250 to $295 that's been leaked out there. Disney doesn't comment on the budgets, and I'm getting some pushback, but the high price tag here is due to the start and stops of production during COVID, Harrison Ford's $20 million fee, which I'm told director James Mangold got a pretty penny, with Steven Spielberg reaping, as is standard, as a huge producing fee here. That said, it stands to reason that Disney would invest greatly here to revive a franchise. They spent $259 million reportedly on The Force Awakens. It's just that they're not getting Force Awakens-like results. And what have we been telling you? We knew that $300 million figure was going to be light because that only included what they spent up through the end of 2022, because when Forbes magazine reported that figure themselves, that was based on United Kingdom tax returns for the production entity that involved Indiana Jones 5. But even if they still net out at about $300 million after the film tax credits, that is an enormous budget nonetheless. And that budget would have to command at least around $900 million or so at the box office at the retail level to have a chance at breaking even. But given the fact that this marketing budget is reportedly coming in lower than anticipated at $100 million, well, maybe Indiana Jones only needs closer to $800 million at the box office. But at the end of the day, given the opening weekend and the trajectory expected for this film, much like The Little Mermaid, it's not going to get anywhere close. Disney has not reported the official weekend results yet for Indiana Jones, but several rivals have the dial of destiny in the $58 to $59 million range, not even hitting the 60 that they were hoping for. Now, there's more information to cover, to be sure, and we will be covering that this afternoon at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the live show here on Valiant Renegade. That's Renegade Online for those of you who may not have ever caught our live show before. But I encourage you today, tune in because we have a ton of stuff to discuss. And none the least of which, with Indiana Jones performing as it has this weekend, and with Indiana Jones being the final piece of the Lucasfilm puzzle that until recently Disney had been yet to exploit, well, that's baked in the cake now. And we have to start asking ourselves a simple question. Even though there have been many rumors over the years of Kathleen Kennedy leaving or being fired or retiring early or what have you, I think we're reaching a point now where it's becoming unavoidable. Kathleen Kennedy is 70 years old this year. Her last contract renewal was in 2021. And you can go back and see that even came as a bit of a surprise to me, considering at the time she had nothing into production apart from an Indiana Jones film. But WDW Pro at that time, back in 2021, was the first, to my knowledge, to actually divulge that he had been hearing that Kennedy would be able to hang around through the end of production and the release of Indiana Jones 5. Well, here we are. And of course, not long after that was made public, that Indiana Jones 5 was pushed back an entire year. And we've also heard recently that Kathleen Kennedy's contract renegotiations will begin sometime in August, just about a month from now, ahead of the natural expiration of that contract at the end of September next year in 2024. You have to wonder at this point, with Disney laying off so many people, cutting costs everywhere, why would Kathleen Kennedy stay around, especially being undeniable at this point that her stewardship of the Lucasfilm brand has been nothing short of atrocious. See, it's not just about Disney anymore. There's far too much investor attention, Wall Street attention. The video that I did about a week ago chronicling the last 8 films before Indiana Jones and how much they have cost Disney at the box office in the past 12 months, well, as you may have noticed, it kind of went everywhere. And we're going to have to discuss that and update that with Indiana Jones for sure in the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned. Now, if you want a great historical perspective of all of the rumors and issues with Kathleen Kennedy as she's staying or going up to this point today, I'll leave a link to this. I suggest you go check out our friends John Trent and Bounding Into Comics, who did a wonderful article on this yesterday. So the question we'll try to answer this afternoon on the live show, is Kathleen Kennedy going to stay or is she going to go? And how quickly, if she does go, will that come? I think solid arguments could be made in either direction. And we're going to talk about that this afternoon, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Share this sucker out on the social medias. And do drop a comment below this video with your thoughts before you head out the door today. And until this afternoon on the live show, take care.